How to store peeled potatoes. Potatoes are always a welcome addition to the dinner table, but it can get time-consuming to peel, wash, and slice them every time you want to eat them. Save time putting together future meals by doing your prep work in advance, then place the peeled potatoes in a bowl of water. Add a splash of mild acid, like lemon juice or vinegar, to stave off browning. Freshly peeled potatoes should keep for 1 to 2 hours when left to sit out on the countertop, or about 24 hours in the refrigerator. Storing the potatoes in water. Rinse the freshly peeled potatoes with cold water. As soon as you've removed the thick skin from the outside of the potatoes, hold them under a stream of cold water. Once the water runs clear, set the potatoes aside on a layer of paper towels and gently pat them dry. If you're preparing a large batch, take care of all your peeling at once, then transfer the potatoes to a strainer and rinse them together. When you peel a potato, the liquid starches inside are exposed to air and quickly begin turning the potato a dark pink or brown hue. Giving them a quick rinse washes away excess starches to slow the discoloration process, too. Cut the potatoes to a smaller size if desired. At this point, you have the option of chopping or slicing the potatoes into whatever form a particular recipe calls for. This can drastically cut down on prep and cooking time later. Otherwise, it's okay to leave them whole. They'll keep for about the same amount of time either way. Use a knife that's nice and sharp. Dull knives do unnecessary damage to the potato, releasing more of the enzymes that lead to spoilage. 4. Dice the potatoes into 1.5 to 2 inches (3.8 to 5.1 centimeters) cubes for mashed potatoes, or slice them into 1/2 inch (1.3 centimeters) slices for dishes like homemade potato chips or potatoes au gratin. The smaller the potatoes are cut, the faster they'll take on water. For this reason, it may be best to wait right up to the minute to prep spuds for dishes like hash browns, home fries, or vegetable medleys. Fill a large bowl with cold water. Choose a bowl big enough to hold all of the potatoes you're preparing so you don't have multiple containers sitting around on the countertop or in the refrigerator. Add water to about the halfway point, making sure to leave adequate room for the quantity of potatoes you're working with. Avoid overfilling the bowl, or it may overflow when you add the potatoes. If mashed potatoes are on the menu, run the water directly into a cooking pot instead of a bowl. When you're ready to get dinner going, you can simply place the pot on the stovetop and heat the water to a boil. 6. Add a splash of lemon juice or vinegar. Squeeze a few drops of an acidic ingredient like citrus or distilled white vinegar into the water and stir until it's completely distributed. There's no single correct amount of acid to use, but a good general measurement is approximately 1 tablespoon (14.8 milliliters) for every gallon of water. For a standard 2 to 5 U.S. quart 2,000 to 5,000 milliliters mixing bowl, this will be about 1/2 to 1 1/4 tablespoon. The acidic component shouldn't impact the flavor of the cooked potatoes. Place the potatoes in the bowl of water. Make sure there's enough water in the bowl to cover the potatoes entirely. Once they're submerged, they'll be out of reach of the oxygen in the surrounding environment, which will keep them from going bad. Potatoes release gases as they decompose, so if they're floating near the surface of the water, it may be a sign that they're not as fresh as you thought.